Hello guys and welcome back. In this video I'm going to be talking specifically to good looking men, and men who aren't good looking, this is still for you because it's a massive boost for you, especially young men, because a lot of young men, the whole Chad and Tyrone thing, the Tyrone thing is super racist, by the way, stop that please. But Chad and Tyrone, people always saying that these guys, what did they do to earn success in life? The thing is, right guys, good looking men, they have it all their own way when they're younger. Maybe they've got a genetic body which is just through the roof. They've got perfect muscles, their family kind of gene pool is fantastic, and they've got great looks. Naturally they've got like light bluey grey eyes and blonde hair or dark black hair, and it just pops, and you're like, you did nothing to deserve that, you prick. And it hurts when you're young, it just pisses you off, right? But the thing is, guys, if you're getting invited to every single party, if every single woman wants you, if everybody wants to be your friend, two things that are a problem here. Number one, you've never got any time. You've massive distractions all the time. You're constantly distracted. How can you get on with anything in life when the hottest girls in school are messaging you, being like, hey, you want to come around and fuck? It's almost impossible to get anything done. And then what's even worse is there's no reason to get anything done. There's no reason to improve. You might hit the gym because you like being hot, you like being the good-looking, muscular guy, right? But outside of that, you don't really work on yourself. You don't bother learning new languages. It's obviously not all good-looking guys, but the majority they won't be multifaceted. They'll be quite shallow in terms of their traits and what they can offer, especially moving forward when, physical qualities become less important as you get older and you move forward, in the eyes of women, men, everybody. It doesn't matter less. It matters less, sorry. And a lot of these guys won't learn languages. They won't work on their social skills because their looks have done that for them all their life. They think they're good with women. They think they're good socially, but it's their looks that have gotten them through the door. And it's easy to talk to somebody when they really want to talk to you. It's like you do a sales job. Nobody can see you through the phone. Even if you're a good-looking guy, you pick up the phone and fuck off. Oh, yeah, hi, my name. Fuck off. It's very hard to do. You get that rejection. And these guys don't really work on themselves. They don't improve themselves. They don't really focus in school because they're like, I'm already getting the ultimate prize in life, sex with hot women. The ultimate prize, primitively, according to our brains, the reptilian brain. And they already have that in place. So that keeps them distracted. They have friends, they're popular, life is good for them. They don't have to improve in any areas. So what ends up happening is moving forward into life, when all that shit drops away, that high school mentality, they realize they haven't really been working on themselves and their life's kind of fickle. They don't have the grades that they wanted. They didn't have a plan in place. They're kind of lost. They have nothing of worth that they can rely on. They're looking at their looks, they're looking at their body, and they're like, it's not what it used to be, or even if it's still in place, it's like, it's very fickle. It's just one or two traits, collectively it's very shit. They don't have good assets. Whereas the guys who are, let's say, nerds in school, and nerds always seem to succeed. And I think it comes from just having more time, and they're driven because they need to succeed in order to compensate for being a nerd. How am I ever going to get a woman? How am I ever going to get to the top of society? Well, I need to compensate by becoming successful, by being driven, by being motivated, by having momentum in my life, and I need to build something of worth that I can be proud of, that is on an equal playing field, if not a lot higher than being the good-looking jock with muscles in high school, but in a real life sense, it comes from maybe building a successful business, or being the CEO of a company, or, just being a manager, but making 6 figures a year, and now you're at, a decent level or something, or find a success in another area of life. It can be anything. It could be like an inventor or anything, right? But good-looking guys, life is dangerous for them. Life is dangerous, and everybody says that they want to be a good-looking guy. Everybody gets pissed off at the Chads, etc., and says that, oh, they didn't do anything to deserve this. I wish I was a popular kid. You don't, because it never goes well. It almost never goes well, because it's very hard to want to improve when things are already good. And it's very hard to have the humility to want to improve when all your life people have told you you're the best, you're good at things, you've been accepted into every group. You haven't had to learn the harsh lessons of life, and you'll end up learning them a lot later in life, maybe late 20s, early 30s. And then by that time you might be like a 38, 40-year-old man, and you're like, fuck, where did everything go? My life was so good. I was the high school quarterback. Now look at me. Life's gone nowhere. It hasn't improved since high school. It's actually gone down. It's got a lot worse. Whereas all the kids that I was fucking bullying or, I didn't want to be, they're all off doing great things in life because they had a reason to improve. They had to compensate. They had to get out there and do something different. But as a good-looking man, you've got women on demand. You're invited to every party. Every man wants to be around you or wants to be you. So it's very hard to think, okay, I need to improve and do something different. Your time's just sucked away by everybody. Everybody wants to be around you. And the ultimate distraction of hot women is always there constantly. You could fuck like 7 girls every week. There's not a lot of time to get shit done. And there's not a lot of reasons in your mind when you're young to go, okay, I need to do something. Because you're trying to, let's say you even get to that point and you go, okay, I need to do something with my life. You are going to get texts coming through. You're going to get nudes sent to you. You're going to get girls in lingerie and underwear being like, hey, Chad, do you want to come round? That sounds fantastic. It's very hard to resist. And it ends up, like I said, evolving into a situation where the guys who have it all end up having nothing, and the guys who grew up with nothing end up compensating and having it all.